Hey guys, my name is Josh Bieberg. I've worked for Headlight Revolution for a very long time. I've just been on that side of the camera. Something I don't get in the studio very often is this 1940 coupe. So we test a lot of lighting here. We've tested a lot of 7-inch rounds. And until now, we hadn't had anything that actually fits all of these classic cars and trucks. So today I'm gonna actually show you what these Holley headlights are all about. It's a collaboration between Holley and Morimoto. We're going to show you how to install them. It's very easy. It's just a couple of screws. And then I'm going to show you against the wall just how much brighter and better they are. So follow me and let's get started.
And in today's news,
Each for the better.
21 gigawatts!
This 1940 Ford Coupe was restored in the early 90s. It has over 40,000 miles on the restoration, including an East Coast to West Coast cannonball style run. This has a Pete and Jake's frame. It's a mildly built small block 350 with a 700 R4 transmission. It's got a Ford 9-inch rear end. The only thing it's missing is some good lighting that's actually usable. Those dingy yellow looking halogen bulbs you normally have in these 7-inch rounds just are not going to cut it. Now, a way we generally test brightness is in the studio up against the wall at about 25 feet. As you can see, your original lights on this vehicle comes in at about 640 maximum lux. Now, lux is the actual usable light output. When you use the 7-inch round 3000K headlight from Holley, it comes in at 43% brighter. Now, when you flip to high beam, your original lights come in at about 1000 lux. And the high beam on these 3000K color Holley brand headlights come in at 31% brighter than stock. Now it's pretty cool, these headlights actually come in a 3000K color and a 5700K color. That one's more modern for sure, but I do like the 3000K and the owner wants it to look extremely period correct. So we're gonna actually choose the 3000K color when we install it on this vehicle. On the wall, you can see that the 3000K color compared to the stock halogen 7-inch round comes in at 43% brighter than the original. Now on high beam, they come in at 31% brighter than your original headlights. But obviously you can tell from that beam pattern, the Holley brand headlights are so much wider. They are so much better to actually drive with. And like I said, this guy goes all the way from the east to west coast. He does truly drive this vehicle. You need a headlight that can actually let you see where you're driving. Now when you do install the 5700K headlights in this vehicle, it does get a little bit brighter than the 3000K headlights, but it does have the same beam pattern, coming in at 120% brighter than your stock low beams. When you switch those over to high beams, they are 66% brighter. So yes, when it comes to installing these headlights, are they brighter? Are they better? Yes. Now let me show you how to install them. Now truly, there is nothing more simple than installing one of these housings in a classic car or truck. It's literally just a couple of screws. This, for instance, is a flathead screwdriver, and it is held in by 4 screws. The first one's on the front of this plate. Loosen that screw up. Now this metal plate, you can just push it up because it does have this little groove right here. Be cautious of that, and set this down. Now you have 3 screws on it. Now 2 of them are adjuster screws. They're generally black, so just be cautious on that. Only need to loosen up, you don't need to remove them. 3 of these screws, one here, here, and underneath here. With all of those 3 screws loosened up, you can actually just turn this plate and pull it away from there. Now, the headlight does come out with it, so just be cautious. And I'll show you this wiring here. So I know it's kind of hard to see on camera, but I just unplugged this clip here. There's 3 little metal tabs on the back of these headlights. So it's a very simple plug and play install from Holley. Now, like I said, we do a lot of testing at Headlight Revolution. One thing we don't usually come across is a 7-inch round that's not super deep. A lot of these other 7-inch round headlights have a lot of gizmos and gadgets that actually make the projector or whatever it is too long, and it doesn't fit into these old vehicles. As you can see in this one here, this plate right back here would have to get modified if you were to use a 7-inch round that had a really deep shroud. So just be cautious, whatever you do buy, make sure it replicates the original 7-inch round properly. I love that these are plug and play. I could not truly be happier or more grateful, because sometimes we do installs that are absolutely ridiculous. So let's install your headlight. It installs the exact same way you took out your old one. Plug in that wiring, Now that your headlight's plugged in, you can see that the housing right here has all the exact same alignment tabs as your original did. So it goes in only one way. Make sure your Holley is facing upright and not upside down. Align those tabs. Now you can install that trim ring. It only goes on one way, so make sure you line up the screws and then you can push it on. Once it's set, flush, turn it clockwise, lock it in place, and put those 3 flathead screws back in. This is one heck of an improvement for only 4 screws. Once those 3 screws are all tightened, if you need to adjust the headlight for any reason, up or down, left or right, you can go ahead and unscrew these 2 flathead screws here, play around with it, put it back in, and then go ahead and put your metal piece on. If they're already set up properly, just the way you like, let's go ahead and put this on. Remember, you got that little groove you got to place it in before you push it down. And put that flathead screw in, you're done. And just like that, it's seriously that easy to fully install these headlights. So as you can see, it's super easy to install these. Now remember, those are the 3000K color. They do come in a 5700K, that bright white, that more modern look. So if that's the look you're going for, I definitely suggest checking those ones out. Remember that module is actually interchangeable, so if for some reason you get the 3000K headlight and you want the 5700K later, you can change it out after the fact. They also come in 3 other sizes. They have the 5 3/4, the 4x6, and the 5x7 headlights as well. So if you have other classic trucks in the driveway or in your barn and you want to go ahead and install some lights that actually let you see where you're going, check those out. So thanks for watching, guys. If you want to see what these cost, the pricing, availability, click the link in the description below or go to headlightrevolution.com. Thank you, and we'll see you next time.